We are jumping into a Midnight Suns vs. Shield game against Sultic8942, aka Robert. I have won the priority roll and chose to use my secures. We draw Demons Downtown, has our comeuppance come due, and alien ship crashes in downtown. We are extremely downtown right now. Going into the game, I'm a bit nervous about Immortal Hulk. He is pretty new at the time of recording, so I have little experience in how dangerous he can be. And once he flips, I have a very small window to put him down, so the timing on my Helios needs to be perfect. My deployment from top to bottom is Bullseye, Winter Soldier, Nick Fury Sr. and the Howling Commandos, Agent Venom, Nick Fury Jr. and the Grunts, and Iron Man at the very bottom. Robert's deployment is Immortal Hulk, Blade, Beta Ray Bill, Dr. Voodoo. I activate Bullseye, walk to the alien core, and pick it up. Robert activates Beta Ray Bill and uses Bump in the Night. Blade's leadership is Bump in the Night. Once per turn, the active model may spend 1 power to place themselves within range 1 of their current position. Bill places himself forward range 1, then walks to the center alien core and picks it up. Robert walks Bill closer into cover. I activate the Howling Commandos. They walk onto the back point and shoot Beta Ray Bill. They do no damage. They use Siblings in Arms. Siblings in Arms is a 2-cost active superpower that lets the Commandos place a friendly model within 2 of themselves to within 1 of themselves, or vice versa. Robert activates the Immortal Hulk. He uses Bump in the Night. Hulk then plays One Below All. One Below All is an active team tactics card the Immortal Hulk can play. If he has an immortality token, he can remove 2 special conditions. If he doesn't, he can place himself within range 2 of his current position. Hulk places himself range 2. He walks, then attacks Nick Fury with Smash. The attack does 5 damage and hits the Wild Throw, throwing him into the Howling Commandos. This dazes Nick and deals 3 damage to the Commandos. Hulk uses Leave Hulk Alone to throw the Commandos into Winter Soldier, dealing 3 damage to Winter Soldier. I activate Agent Venom and attack Hulk with Clintar Firepower. The attack does 2 damage. Agent Venom uses Web Swing to place himself 3. He attacks Hulk with an Incendiary Grenade. Hulk takes 3 damage and Incinerate. Robert activates Blade and walks him onto the left Demon Portal. I activate Iron Man and double walk him onto the right Demon Portal. Robert activates Dr. Voodoo. He walks twice to the alien core and picks it up. I activate Winter Soldier and attack Hulk with my Assault Rifle. The first attack does no damage, but hits the rapid fire trigger, allowing Bucky to attack again. The rapid fire attack does no damage. Winter Soldier uses his second action to make another Assault Rifle attack at Hulk. The attack does no damage, but hits the rapid fire and bleed triggers. The rapid fire attack does 2 damage. This ends the turn. Robert has 2 demon portals, and I have 1. Robert has 2 alien cores, and I have 1. Score is now 4-2. Robert is leading. Our extract is Alien Ship Crashes in Downtown. In the cleanup phase, if any models holding a core have 3 or more power, they roll 3 dice. The character holding the core and all characters within 2 suffer 1 damage for each skull and wild in the result. No characters holding cores have 3 or more power. Our secure is Demons Downtown, has our comeuppance come due. In the power phase, each model within 1 of a demon portal gains the Incinerate special condition. Blade and Iron Man gain the Incinerate special condition. Beta Ray Bill is within 1 of the middle portal, but is immune to the Incinerate special condition. Oh boy, I didn't see that coming. Nick Fury got dazed before he could even activate turn 1, and he is in all kinds of trouble. I'm very worried that I'm about to lose Nick here, and have a very angry Hulk go rampaging through my team. Run the Length is brought to you by Muse On Minis. We have released Alfredo's Size 3 Taco Truck, a Marvel Crisis Protocol widget set, and I'm super happy with it. I think they came out great. If you want one, follow the link in the description. The sale of these helps fund the channel and the podcast. Robert activates the Immortal Hulk. Hulk attacks Nick with Smash, dealing 2 damage with a throw. He throws Nick into the Howling Commandos. I play Brace for Impact. Brace for Impact is a reactive team tactics card that allows you to ignore the damage from a collision. Hulk attacks Nick with Gamma Burst. Nick uses Eye in the Sky. Eye in the Sky is a reactive team tactics card. When a friendly model is attacked, Nick Fury can pay 3 power to advance them short. If the advance gets them out of range, cancel the attack. If the attack is cancelled, the attacker gets a new action. Nick walks next to Iron Man. He does not get out of range of the attack. Nick and Iron Man play Sacrifice. Sacrifice is a reactive team tactics card that can redirect an attack. In this case, we change the target from Nick to Iron Man. The attack does 3 damage and throws Iron Man into Nick. Nick takes 2 damage. The Hulk uses Leave Hulk Alone to throw Nick into Iron Man. This dazes Iron Man and KOs Nick. Nick Fury's leadership is the last line of defense. It has 2 modes. If you have less points than your opponent, and they daze or KO one of your models, you get 1 VP. If you are winning or have the same score, you can pay 1 power when you take damage from an attack to advance short toward the enemy that attacked you. Nick's leadership does not trigger, due to him being off the table by the time the timing window would occur. I use Got Your Back on Winter Soldier to make an attack against Hulk. It does 3 damage and triggers Rapid Fire. The Rapid Fire attack does 1 damage. Winter Soldier triggers Got Your Back again. The attack does 1 damage and Rapid Fire. The Rapid Fire attack does 2 damage and Bleed. I choose not to take the Got Your Backs with the Commandos since Hulk is on 1 health and bleeding. Hulk ends his activation and dazes to bleed. I activate Agent Venom and attack Beta Ray Bill with Clintar Firepower. Bill uses Corbinite Cybernetics to reduce the damage by 1 and takes 2 damage. Agent Venom walks up and throws the building at Bill. Bill uses Corbinite Cybernetics to reduce the damage by 1 and takes 2 damage. Robert activates Bill, walks over to Bullseye, and attacks him with Stormbreaker. Bullseye takes 2 damage and uses Parting Shot to deal 1 damage and run away. Bill uses Corbinite Cybernetics to reduce the damage by 1. Bill uses Bump in the Night to move toward Bullseye. Bill uses his Immeasurable Strength to throw the garbage truck at Bullseye. Bullseye takes 2 damage and dazes. Bullseye drops his alien core. I activate Winter Soldier. I use Hydra Tactics to place himself near the Commandos. He shoots Bill with his assault rifle. Bill uses Corbinite Cybernetics to reduce the damage by 1. Winter Soldier does 1 damage and triggers Rapid Fire. Bill uses Corbinite Cybernetics to reduce the damage by 1 and takes no damage. Winter Soldier attacks Bill again and does 1 damage, dazing Bill. Bill drops the alien core. Robert activates Blade, walks up, then uses Bump to get closer to Agent Venom. He attacks Venom with his katana. Blade deals 5 damage and puts Bleed on Venom. Blade ends his activation and gains 2 power from his vampiric immortality. I activate the Howling Commandos. They attack Blade with their prototype weapons, dealing 2 damage. They attack again, dealing no damage, but they hit the Wild Pursuit, allowing them to walk onto the Demon Portal. Robert activates Dr. Voodoo and walks twice to the left Demon Portal. This ends the turn. Robert has 2 Demon Portals, I have 1. Robert has 1 Alien Core, I have 0. Score is now 7-3. Robert is leading. This turn started off super brutal, with me playing badly, but Robert has made a huge mistake to let me back into the game. Losing Nick, with him having activated 0 times, is super rough. But I think I should have just let him die and used my defensive cards elsewhere. I think I got very lucky I didn't lose more stuff. Robert dazing Bullseye and giving me priority is so huge here. I can just Helios Hulk off the board and not have to deal with any of Hulk's immortality mechanics. In the cleanup phase, the Immortal Hulk's immortality triggers. He removes his daze token and heals damage equal to his power. In this case, he heals 9. He then gains an immortality token. Voodoo doesn't have 3 power, so there are no rolls for the alien cores. In the power phase, Demons Downtown triggers. The Howling Commandos gain Incinerate, Blade is already incinerated, and Voodoo is immune to Incinerate. I activate Iron Man. Iron Man uses Friday AI and does a repulsor attack into Blade. Iron Man does 3 damage and pushes Blade. I play Helios Laser Bombardment. Helios Laser Bombardment is an active team tactics card that any number of characters can pay power into. It unlocks a 2-die attack that gets extra dice for each power paid into it. I do a 23-die attack into Hulk. This does 9 damage to Hulk and dazes Hulk again. Robert activates Beta Ray Bill. He uses Bump to move next to the alien core and picks it up. He then walks over to Winter Soldier and uses Stormbreaker to attack Winter Soldier. The attack does 2 damage, dazing Winter Soldier. The Howling Commandos use Got Your Back to attack Bill with their prototype weapons. The attack does no damage. I activate Agent Venom. He attacks Blade with Clintar Firepower, dealing 1 damage, dazing Blade. He then attacks Beta Ray Bill, dealing no damage. Robert passes. I activate the Howling Commandos. They attack Beta Ray Bill. Bill uses Corbinite Cybernetics to reduce the damage by 1. They do 3 damage. They attack Bill again, but do no damage. Robert activates Dr. Voodoo. He walks, then uses Bump in the Night. He attacks Agent Venom with Spirit Venom. He does 4 damage, dazing Venom. I use Got Your Back to shoot Voodoo with the Howling Commandos. The attack does no damage. I activate Bullseye. He throws a knife at Beta Ray Bill. Bill uses Corbinite Cybernetics to reduce the damage by 1. The attack does no damage. Bullseye picks up the Alien Core. Bullseye attacks Bill again. The attack does no damage. Bullseye uses I Never Miss to deal 1 damage to Bill. This ends the turn. Robert has 0 Demon Portals, and I have 1. Robert has 2 Alien Cores, and I have 1. Score is now 9-5. With Hulk off the table, I feel really good about my chances to win this game. Got Your Back has done an incredible amount of work into his models this game. Going into this next turn, I'm just going to kill whatever model he doesn't activate. In the cleanup phase, Immortality triggers, removing Hulk from the table. The Alien Core triggers on Bill and Voodoo. Nothing happens with either core. Robert activates Blade. He walks up and attacks Agent Venom with his katana. The attack misses, but puts bleed on Agent Venom. Robert plays Siege of Darkness. Siege of Darkness is an active Midnight Suns Team Tactics card. Any number of Midnight Suns can pay 2 power. Each one that does immediately gets to make a 0-cost attack. Both Blade and Voodoo pay 2 power. Blade attacks Venom, dealing 3 damage. Voodoo attacks the Howling Commandos, dealing 1 damage, dazing them. Winter Soldier uses Got Your Back to attack Voodoo with his assault rifle. He deals 1 damage and hits the Rapid Fire. The Rapid Fire attack does 2 damage and bleed. Blade plays Patch Up. Patch Up is an active Team Tactics card that allows one character to pay 1 to 5 power to heal a friendly model within range 2 the same amount. Blade pays 4 power to heal Beta Ray Bill 4. Blade ends his activation. Vampiric Immortality triggers, giving Blade 2 power and healing him 2. I activate Agent Venom. Agent Venom uses Symbiote Web Swing to place himself within range 3. He uses Symbiote Special Forces to beam Bill, Voodoo, and Blade. Bill uses Corbinite Cybernetics to reduce the damage by 1. Bill takes 3 damage. Blade takes 2 damage. Voodoo takes 3 damage and dazes. Venom also triggers Lashing Tendrils, which does 1 damage to Blade. Voodoo drops his Alien Core. Venom uses Symbiote Special Forces again to beam Blade and Bill. Bill blocks all the damage. Blade takes 2 damage. Agent Venom ends his activation and takes 1 damage from bleed. Robert activates Beta Ray Bill. Bill uses Bump in the Night to move closer to the center of the table. Bill uses Summon the Storm to attack Iron Man. Iron Man takes 2 damage and the shock condition. Bill attacks Iron Man again with Summon the Storm. Iron Man takes 1 damage. I activate Iron Man. He shakes Shock, uses Friday AI, and attacks Blade with his repulsors. Blade would daze here, but Robert plays Bats the Ghost Hound. Bats the Ghost Hound is a reactive Team Tactics card. Bats allows him to change one of his dice faces to a block, allowing Blade to live on 1. Iron Man picks up the Alien Core. I activate Bullseye. He walks up and throws a knife at Blade. The attack does 1 damage and KOs Blade. I activate Winter Soldier. He attacks Bill with Red Fury. Bill uses Corbinite Cybernetics to reduce the damage by 1. The attack does 1 damage. Bill is pushed by Red Fury. Red Fury gives Winter Soldier a free assault rifle attack. Bill uses Corbinite Cybernetics to reduce the damage by 1. The assault rifle does no damage but triggers Rapid Fire. The Rapid Fire attack does no damage. Winter Soldier attacks Bill with an assault rifle attack dealing 1 damage. This KOs Bill. He drops his Alien Core. This ends the turn. Robert has no Demon Portals. I have 1. Robert has no Alien Cores. I have 2. Score is now 9-8. At this point, I think I have this game pretty well in hand. He only has Voodoo left to take care of. Alien Ship doesn't trigger because neither of my core carriers have 3 power. In the power phase, Demons Downtown incinerates the Howling Commandos. Robert activates Voodoo. He uses spiritual strength to throw Venom into Iron Man. Iron Man blocks all the damage. Voodoo attacks Iron Man with Spirit Venom. Iron Man takes 1 damage. Voodoo gets an extra power from rolling a skull. Voodoo attacks Iron Man again, sapping 1 power and KOing Iron Man. Iron Man drops his alien core. Winter Soldier uses Got Your Back. He does 4 damage and rapid fire. The rapid fire attack does 1 damage. The Howling Commandos trigger Got Your Back to take an attack at Voodoo. They deal 1 damage, KOing Voodoo. With that, all of Robert's models are dead, giving me the win. I think there were a few key moments that defined this game. Hulk essentially one-tapping Fury was super rough, but I'm not sure that moving Nick up with siblings and arms was a mistake. Hulk isn't likely to get him with 1 attack and has to overextend to get onto Nick. What definitely was a mistake was how I played my defensive tactics cards. I burnt so many stopping nothing. I should have just used them to guarantee that I got to use Iron Man the following turn. I would have lost due to my poor expenditure of these cards, except that Robert gave me priority, allowing me to Helios Hulk off the table. Well, that wraps up another episode of Run the Length. Let me know what matchup you would like to see next, and don't forget that fun is a finite resource.